Welcome. It's good to be back. It is good to be back. We are here with the live stream and the immediate reaction to Jarrett Hurd and Jason, the Banana Rosario, fighting to a draw. Uh, in what was an absolutely horrible fight. Um, just tough to take, tough to watch. It looked like two drunk uncles fighting each other at the family barbecue. That was not good. We I don't know how we bet that, but it ended up in a draw. I was texting with Muscles during the fight. I had either 96, 94. Um, I thought either 96, 94 Hurd or a draw. He had 96, 94 Rosario, I think. So a draw was probably fair. There wasn't neither guy winning that fight is probably the correct outcome. And just so you guys know, I'm live from my condo in South Padre Island. I'm gonna be right back. Grab a water. Live from my condo in South Padre Island. I've been on vacation. That's why I haven't been doing shows and nothing like that. Uh, Vacation with the family, hitting the beach for the end of the year. Evening, Nate. My boy Nate in the house. Listen, listen when Gary said he's the best in the world at this. Don't doubt, my man. My boy is on fire. Yeah. Oh, that's not right. That's not right. Hang on. Oh, give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, I see you in the condo. Yeah. I'm gonna be here till Friday. Then I'm gonna be in San Antonio scouting a fight. Um, so I'm gonna be around. I'm not gonna be back home in Fort Worth for a few days. Decent fights, except the main. Oh man! But it's the only boxing we have this week, right? Like, there's no other boxing on TV. This is all we got for the week, so we had to make do with it. And the undercards are okay. Angela Eddy was in a tougher than expected fight, and then Valle was in a good fight, but we knew Valle was going to be in a good fight. We knew Valle would win, but we knew it would be competitive, and that's exactly what we got. If you guys are in the Patreon, I hit you guys with another 2-leg parlay. That wasn't great, and I wasn't fitting to touch the main event because I knew both those fighters were washed, and I honestly didn't want nothing to do with either fighter in the main event. I did a video. I picked Rosario to win. He did not. He got a draw, so that's a push. Roll that over. No big deal there. But that fight was tough to watch, man. I was texting with Muscles, and I said, unfortunately, the winner is going to go on and fight somebody next. Whoever wins is going to keep fighting. Now, no one won, so can they both retire? Because there is no need to do a rematch in a fight like that. There's absolutely no need for a rematch in that train wreck of a fight. Hang on 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I need to fix something right quick here. Damn, was so close. Rosario should have won. Did y'all have Rosario win? Muscles had Rosario winning. I thought either a draw, 6-4 Hurd, but I didn't have a problem with it going either way. I thought it was so difficult and so close. I had no issue with it being a draw or going to Rosario. I thought the fight was super close. Nice little win for us getting into this weekend. Yeah, except there's no boxing this weekend. So I had to come through for you guys today, and I did. So I was glad I was able to hit you guys up with that. I'm glad you were able to get that. Gary, there's another fight on FanDuel. had it up. There's another fight on Saturday. FanDuel. What fight is that, Rafa? I didn't see it, but I've been out of the loop. So let me know. There's nothing on DraftKings for Saturday. I know. Check FanDuel. Muscles. I can't bet on FanDuel in my state. Yeah, it's so weird. Like these laws, you can only bet certain fights in certain states. It gets weird, man. Let me move this. Let me move this. Come with me. Got my whole family here. Let me move this here. Ugh. In the spare room here. Who did y'all have winning that fight, though? It seems like more people had Rosario winning that fight, from what I'm hearing. Did y'all have Rosario winning, or how did y'all score that fight? I had no problem. On my official card, it was either 6-4 Hurd or 5-5 draw. I thought a draw was fair, but from what I'm hearing, most people had Rosario winning. Boxing Twitter is saying Rosario won. Um, I think the popular opinion is Rosario won. Alan Picasso Rosario versus Azat Hovhannissian. Is that what card is that on? Hang on one second. Let's take a look at that. I didn't even know about that. Hang on. Azat Hovhannissian. I have no idea about that card, and my internet service here is crap. So I'm on South Padre Island, and like how you get like an Amber Alert, you get an alert yesterday saying, "Oh, the Wi-Fi on the island is going to be down." Just like the Wi-Fi on the entire island is going to be down. It's like all right, and then it just goes back up. It's crazy, man. Like the Wi-Fi, the whole island not working. Um, is that? Let me take a look here. As that Oh, this is in Mexico City? Here, I'll do this, y'all. If DraftKings puts it up, I'll try and do a video on it. Like I said, I'm at the beach. I'm with my family. I'm trying to have a nice little weekend vacation with my family. Um, but if you guys want, if DraftKings puts this up, I'll try to do a video on it for you because it's been a rough week, y'all. It's been a really really rough week. There's just no boxing. I know it's been a rough week, and I know it's a slow week for boxing. When you guys are showing up to talk about a pro box card, y'all never show up to talk about pro box card. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that, Muscles. It's nice. It's right on the water. It's literally like the backyard is the beach. So it's nice. My wife found it. She always finds these deals. Uh, Shout out to the missus. Yeah, some dude named Alan Picasso. We've seen him on Pro Box, haven't we? I feel like we've seen him on Pro Box. Alan Picasso Romero. Oh, that's the card we saw him on. We saw him on the Munguia Rider card. On the Munguia Rider card, he fought Eric Ruiz, and he dominated Eric Ruiz. That's what we saw. I know. His name is Picasso. You don't get a name like that. And then we also saw him on the Canelo Munguia card. And what was the other one? Canelo Munguia and Canelo. So we've seen a couple Canelo cards. That's what we've seen. Canelo Rider, Canelo Munguia, and Munguia Rider. So we've seen him on Munguia cards. He fights on Munguia cards. I don't know if he's the same management team, same whatever, but that's where we've seen him fight. I know we've seen him before. As that Hovhannissian. I gotta watch the video on that because I like Hovhannissian. Why is he such a big favorite? Is Picasso that big of a prospect? I gotta go watch the tape on. Now I'm interested. Now I got a job. Now I got work. I gotta watch the tape on Picasso. See what I can find on him. Fights on McGee card, so I'm guessing he's a decent prospect. I'm telling you, next month, the next month is great. Next month, but it's getting through the end of August, which is brutal. There's just nothing. There's nothing to bet on. There's nothing. Let me pull up the the DraftKings page. I can show y'all what I'm looking at. What did y'all think of Michael Angeletti? I like Michael Angeletti as a prospect. I think he's one of the better prospects in the small weight classes. But I wasn't super impressed with his performance. I mean, he won, and I had him like 8-2 or something like that, and he won clearly. And he won why? He's had better performances. I'll just leave it at that. I think Angeletti's had better performances than what he showed today. That was not his best performance, I don't think. Uh, 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 uh. I appreciate y'all showing up to talk about Hurd and Rosario. Yo, I love Jared Hurd. Back in the day, 2018, 2017, 2018, I was the biggest Hurd fan out there. Hurd was my dude. He was walking through punches like they were cupcakes and breaking you down, getting the stoppage. So this is what I got. I have nothing, no thing on my DraftKings until I got 1-5 Pacheco. Uh, they don't even have any undercard on that. Diego Pacheco. What else is on that card? Back in the day, I was the biggest. I was a Hurd stan when he beat Laura, which I thought Laura won, but the fight was so incredible. Like it was such an incredible fight, didn't matter. Then he had went up a trout. Like he was beating people. He was just taking their snatching their souls. Selesky just totally shot. Popka's on the card. Chevon Clark. That's not a terrible card. I can get into this. Yeah, the guy they call Arturo Popopka, who's also known as Arturo Cardenas, he trains with Robert Garcia. He's on the card. Not a terrible card. Early thoughts on Joshua Dubois. Probably Joshua. Joshua's probably a little bit too skilled for him. Both guys are mechanical and a little bit slow. Probably Joshua. But I'll break it down for you. I'll do a video on that. I'm into that fight. Roger F is back. Sorry, I'm late. I was watching Hannibal interview UFC legend Chemo. Live interview. Cool. Uh, well, good thing we hit your lock tonight, bro, to make it for the Saturday. Yeah, it's not on a Saturday. I can't make y'all money. If there's no boxing, I can't make y'all money. You want me to bet on preseason football? You want to do preseason football? It's not for me to bet on. Muscle says, I like Joshua in a competitive fight. I think he wins this probably. That's probably where I'm going with that right now. Well, what are the odds? We have the lineup. Is there a lineup for that yet? You want a live bet? Munguia and Eric Bazinian. Keep an eye on that. Ooh, Dubois plus 350. You know my rule of thumb, Rafa. If you think it's a 50-50 fight, if you think it's 50-50 and you're getting plus 300 or better, make the bet because you only have to hit 1 out of 4. And if it's 50-50, you should hit 2 out of 4. I like inactive a lot of inactive rounds by Hurd. Yeah. You think he gave it away, Chio? You think he gave the fight away? I've heard a lot of people think Rosario won. Dubois is def a live dog. I wouldn't even be surprised if he pulls off an upset. Joshua shot. He's younger. Yeah, I would say it's possible. I got to get into the tape. Everyone was so impressed with Joshua being the UFC guy. I was not. It's possible. Mate, can you do Hidaka and Samuel Salva? When is that fight? I don't have a book on that fight. I don't have a line on that fight. Oh shoot, that's the 24th. That's Saturday. It's in Japan. I am Chio. Message me in the Discord. Let me get into the tape for that. Message Chio. You're in the Discord, right? Message me. Message me in the Patreon. Uh, I'll break that down for you. I didn't even realize that I'll get to the tape on that. I'll watch the tape on that tonight. Oh, that's a good fight, man. Why did they not have a line in that fight? Yeah, that's a good fight. There's a stream for that. Send it my way. That's a decent fight. Yeah. I only went to Roger says I only went to one live boxing event. Gonzalez versus Jesse Ferguson, Bobby Chez versus Tyson at Madison Square Garden. When was this? This was like early 2000s. Oh, yeah. I remember. It's like 2001, 2002, something like that. I vaguely remember. Uh, Gary, is Canoli sleeping? I have no idea. We have a dog sitter. Canoli is staying with the dog sitter. Canoli, for those who don't know, Canoli is my dog. I have a dog named Canoli. But I am not home, Oscar. I am in South Padre Island at a condo. And I have a dog sitter who's coming in and checking in on my dog twice a day and walking her and feeding her and everything. So I don't know. Canoli's usually sleeping off. Canoli is my dog. I did Valle money line, Hurd, Rosario distance. There you go, Nino. There you go. In a way, 1 through 6, $15 to win, $50. Hey, has anyone heard from my boy Rocket? I've not heard from Rocket in a minute. Yo, Gary, if it wasn't for your Patreon notification, I would have missed tonight's fight. Was working, totally forgot. DB boxing fan, man. I'm glad I can come through. See, that's why you're in the Patreon, not to miss the fights and to make money on the fights. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, send me a message. Let me break that down for you. Oh, there's Rocket. I was just asking about Rocket. Yo, what's up, my man? Did you make any money today? Rocket, did you make any money on the Pro Box card? Because there's literally no money to make this weekend. There's no money to make this weekend. I don't know what to do. Did you make any money, Rocket? Yeah, it costs so much to go to a sanctioned legit. Oh, yeah, I mean, depends on the fight. If you want to go to a mega fight at Madison Square Garden, yeah. Muscle says, "Yo, Rocket's in the building." Yeah, Rocket's been MIA. Rocket's my dog, dude. Where you been? I've paid like $100 for tickets to sit in the nosebleeds to watch the big screen TV. Should have stayed home. I feel this way about football sometimes. The best seat in the house to watch the game is on your couch. But football, sometimes the atmosphere is so intense. Like I'm a Jets fan and a Longhorns fan, so I try to go to one game a year. But I honestly think the best place to watch a football game is on your couch, especially the cold. I don't. No, sir. Rafa, hey, I might bet on some UFC. Got to bet on something, right? I'm thinking about betting on preseason football. Oh, that's right. Didn't have Hurd Rosario. That's right. Hard Rock didn't have this on their book at all, right? They didn't have this fight at all, which is whack. Muscle says, "Be careful with that, Rafa. Protect your money." I mean, I would look, Rafa. If you don't know the sport too well, you want to bet on it. I would just say bet small. Don't bet anything you can't afford to lose on something you don't know anything about. I'm not telling you who to bet in the UFC. It's not my thing, but just like a word of advice in general is feel free to bet on whatever, but don't bet the ranch on it. Is all I'm saying. Why is Canelo? Oscar DeGrasse wants to know why is Canelo still running for Benavidez? It's a great question. I think Canelo could potentially beat him. I still think Benavidez is flawed. I think he's sloppy. I think he's got a lot of bad habits. I'm not saying that I definitely think Canelo wins, but I think Canelo is a much better boxer than Benavidez. Can Canelo beat Benavidez on the inside? I think maybe. Like this is I don't think it's something Canelo can't win. Like I don't think he's outclassed or outmanned or too old. I think he could win the fight and he could silence the rest of his haters if he just goes and beats Benavidez, even if he loses, who cares? He's still a first ballot Hall of Fame all-time great legend. Like, who cares if you lose? There you go. No doubt. Just a small bet. That's what I'd advise you to do. Muscles Brad says, I feel you, bro. Small bet wouldn't be bad. The fights they have is a new way and further September dates. Why are they being ridiculous? Like, why is all these DraftKings why are these sport books being ridiculous? Like, there's some decent fights that they didn't even. I don't know, man. I'm actually interested in the fight that the Kia Samuel Salva fight. I'm interested in this fight. I'm gonna go watch the tape on that. After I finish this live stream, I'm gonna start watching tape on that fight. I gotta find a pen. I didn't bring a pen because I write my notes down by hand, but that shouldn't be an issue. I'm interested in that fight. I am Chio, star of the day. I think the last time I bet boxing, I took Canelo to beat Floyd. Roger. You should have. I know I didn't know you then, but you could have messaged me. I would have told you that that's a 120 to 108 type fight for Floyd. I don't think. I mean, Priog was good. I don't think he was like the next great thing or anything like that. He could punch. He could set up his shots. I mean, this has been a while with Pirog. What made you think he was good? He was obviously really good. He was 20-0. He had 15 knockouts. And then notably, he beat Nobu Ashada and Danny Jacobs. Stopped him. No, he beat Ashada on points, right? In Russia. And he stopped Danny Jacobs, but Danny Jacobs had cancer, could barely walk at that time, if I'm remembering this correct. I think he also beat Eric Mitchell. I think those were his wins of note. Priog was good. I don't think he was like the next great superstar. I don't think he was the next great Eastern European fighter. Nothing like that. Does Canelo stop Berlanga? Muscles wants to. I think so. I know Berlanga. He's a cool dude. He's a good dude. I don't think he's very good. Like I think we all kind of know Berlanga sucks. And that's why I was shocked. I was shocked when he left Top Rank because he's not any good. And Top Rank had built him up into a star. And then I was also surprised when there was a bidding war on him. Like he was a good fighter. Berlanga is not good. I don't understand the appeal on him. I never did. Even when he had that knockout streak of whatever it was, 16, 18 fights in the first round. Like, this guy's not good. Like, he's not good. But I think Canelo stops Berlanga. Roger wants to know. I said I was done pay-per-view boxing on the fight of the century, Manny versus Floyd, only to find out the next day Manny says he had to. That's the worst thing. Look, if you had a toe and rotator cuff and he fought with it and he didn't say anything, he scammed you out of his money. If the doctors who examined him knew he had a torn rotator cuff and let him fight, that's a crime. That whole thing, I don't believe he had a torn rotator cuff, is what I'm saying. I don't know. That might be the worst excuse ever. Gary, Oscar's got a hot take. I have a hot take. I don't know you're going to take it, but I can't explain why. Muscle says, hitting the sheets, enjoy the vacay with the fam, bro. Take it easy, Muscles. I'll try to go live again Saturday or something. Rocky Marciano is the greatest heavyweight champion ever. And one of the most underrated. I 100% disagree with your take. You're entitled to it. 49-0. You can make that argument. It's not my argument. I think Larry Holmes is the greatest heavyweight champion of all time. So my opinion on that is also very unpopular, but I think Larry Holmes is definitely the best heavyweight of all time. And then Joe Louis and Ali, you could toss those guys up for 2 and 3. And then Lennox Lewis is 4. So 1, Larry Holmes. 2 and 3 is like a tie, right? Like 2 is tied between Ali and Lewis. And then 4 is Lennox Lewis. That's my top 4. And then 5 is George Foreman. I've always wanted to say that if George Foreman fights Ali in the Garden, George Foreman beats the hell out of Ali. I'm just saying. He, he got cut, and he had to spend Big George had to spend the extra month in Africa in the heat, and then he fights him. It's 100 degrees outside of Halloween, and he's broken down. Big George just got chopped down with the heat. Look, that's where the fight was. So full credit to Ali for winning that fight. But if that fight's in the air-conditioned Madison Square Garden, can we just be real? George Foreman beats the hell out of Muhammad Ali. Just saying. Sugar Ray Robinson is at the top. Pound for pound, Sugar Ray Robinson and Roy Jones Jr. 1 and 2. And for the Floyd is the GOAT, people. I just want to put this out there. Floyd and Roy were in their primes together at the same time for several years 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, right? They were both in their prime in the early 2000s. No one ever asked the question, was Floyd as good as Roy? Because you didn't need to ask that question because the answer is obviously not. And I'm not hating on Floyd. Floyd's the best fighter post Roy Jones Jr., but they were in their prime together at the same time. And Roy was clearly better. Oscar DeGrasse says 5'10, 189. Fighting guy's way bigger than him. That's true. But he's still a heavyweight. He's not a pound for pound list, Oscar, who have longer reaches than 80% of them. And I'm not disagreeing. The power was incredible. The size, he was small. Agreed. I don't disagree with anything Oscar DeGrasse says. But like, if you want to say he's better than Lennox Lewis, if Rocky Marciano fought 6'5", 260-pound Lennox Lewis, how's he really going to beat him? If there was a cruiserweight division, back then, he could have been the best ever cruiserweight. I don't necessarily disagree. Although Holyfield and Usyk would still be better than him. But Vulcan is in the chat. What's up, Vulcan? Kai Watanabe. Kai Watanabe. What? Where are all these Japanese fights starting? I wish I could help you out, Vulcan. I don't have any tape study on the fight. I don't want to give you bad advice, but man, I did not know that fight was about to happen. If you have a link, though, send her here. Send her here. How would Rocky Marciano fare against Tommy Morrison? He beats Tommy Morrison. He beats Tommy Morrison. That's for sure. This is a good idea, guys. Smash the like button. We still got 13 people in the chat. I've been on for a half hour. Let's get to 10,000 subs. If you haven't subbed already, sub. If you haven't liked or subscribed, like and subscribe. If you want to take our relationship to the next step, join the Patreon. It's just $5 a month. You get filthy rich with the lock of the week. We hit another parlay today. So if you guys like making money, I don't know if you guys like making money, but if you do, I was 7 for 7 last week. I hit the lock this week. I was 2-0-1 this week. So my last 10 bets, I'm 9-0-1. So if you guys like making money, you might want to join the Patreon. Give it a thought. Oscar says he knocks the guy next week, and who knows if we're juicing back too. So my opinion. Yeah, Rocky Marciano beats Tommy Morrison. That's for sure. Oh, my boy Connor from New York Jets Flight Talk. He just got his channel monetized. New York Jets Flight Talk. New York Flight Jets Talk. New York Flight Jet Talk. New York Flight Jets Talk. Go to his page if you're a Jet fan or you're a football fan at all. Give him a like. Give him a subscribe. He's got a great channel. He also helps me out on my other channel, Nothing But Nets. This kid's a boy wonder. He's a genius. He's 13 years old. He's the Doogie Howser of sports talk. Check him out, Connor. His New York Flight Dad Talk. He also joins me once a week to talk Brooklyn Nets basketball. I might bet UFC only this weekend. Well, there's no boxing to bet, so you gotta bet something unless you want to bet preseason football. The only person I know that the only thing Watanabe is Yachts the shoes. Yeah, Utah Watanabe, formerly of the Nets and the Suns. He's still in the league. Is Watanabe still in the league? No, no problem, Connor. Gary, please stream the Arta Better Be versus Dimitri Bivol fight. You don't need to show the actual fight, just your reaction live. You want my live reaction to that fight? I could do that. I'm Utah the shooter. uh so I can do that. All right. You've given me an idea, Oscar the Grouch. Potentially, I might do that. I want to address this. You to the shooter. So I was covering a fight. What fight was it? Bam Rodriguez, I think. I think it was the Bam Rodriguez and Sonny Edwards fight in Arizona. And I'm sitting next to a Japanese reporter. And he's got on his laptop, he's got a Brooklyn Nets sticker on his laptop. I'm like, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. You're a Brooklyn Nets fan? And he like kind of shrugs his shoulder at me. He goes, not really, but I used to cover Watanabe. So he was a sports writer for a Japanese newspaper, and he covered boxing and Watanabe. And Watanabe played for the Nets, so he was, in fact, a Brooklyn Nets fan for that season. He's still in the Suns? Yeah, he could shoot corner three. If there's anything he could do, it was shoot corner three. Like a 60% clip. All right, I can do that. I can do that. No doubt, Oscar the Grouch. You guys want me to give live reactions to fights? I never considered doing it, but if that's something you guys want to watch the fight and watch me live react, I pace around a lot. I'm just gonna let you know. Like, I don't really sit still. I kind of pace. I kind of walk. I talk to the TV a lot. I talk to the TV a lot during fights. But I'm gonna wrap this up, y'all. I appreciate y'all showing up. That's lots of love. You guys showed up for a Jarrett Hurd fight. And then we had Valle and Michael Angeletti on the undercard. I thought Valle looked good. I was expecting that the Valle fight to be tough, and it was. And he passed that test. I've had fights like that too, where it's like you win a 7-1 decision, and at the end of 8 rounds, you look at your corner and you're like, did I win? Like, yeah, you won. And then you hear the scorecard, like, oh, I won wide. Okay, cool. But the fights are so tough. But Dominic Valle looked really, really good, I thought, in against his best opponent to date, right? Valle has never fought anyone that good yet. Like, that was a first real step up he's taken, right? Yeah. And Angeletti got the job done. Angeletti won every round for the most part. Well, no, he didn't. He lost a couple early on. But he came in, he dominated. I thought he could have got a stoppage. Michael Angeletti is going to be a world champion. He's that kind of prospect. I just don't think this was his vintage performance. I don't think this was the performance I just wanted. But Angeletti's had many, many good performances against good fighters, so I wouldn't worry about that. Michael Angeletti, future bantamweight world champ, for sure. So, he's 28. I like to see him get a shot soon. It's his first 10-rounder also. I didn't realize that was his first 10-rounder. I would say one more 10-rounder, and then let's get Angeletti a world title. Ryan Garcia on top. He's the only boxer I know, and he's currently suspended. New York Flight Jets. Connor. He's currently suspended. Hardest puncher. Ernie Shavers is on the list. As hard as so is David Tua, Razor Ruddock. Ernie Shavers could punch for sure. Ernie Shavers is one of the big punchers of all time. So is David Tua. So is Tyson Foreman. I talked to Evander Holyfield. I was covering one of his son's fights. I was going to scout a card his son was fighting on, Evander Holyfield Jr. And I was talking to the champ for my Twitter picture is me and Holyfield. It was that day I was talking to him. And I said, "Who's the hardest hitter you've ever?" And he fought Tyson, Cooper, all these guys. I said, "Who's the hardest puncher you've ever faced?" And he just looked at me and said, "Gary, nobody hits like Big George. Nobody hits like Big George." So Amanda Holyfield says it's George Foreman who's the biggest hitter. Um, Oscar the Grouch says, "I understand the suspension, but he lost against Loma, and Ryan still took him to school. For Haney to have his record at 22-0 is a joke. He lives in a can't erase history." Um, yeah, I thought Loma beat him. I wouldn't call it a robbery. I thought it was a very, very close fight, but I thought Loma edged him. And look, fighters get wins taken away for failing drug tests all the time. It's not always performance enhancers. Sometimes you smoke weed and the win comes off the board. You know, Garrett. I noticed you're not in your natural background. No, Connor. I said in the beginning of the show, I am in South Padre Island with the fam. I am at the beach. I'm at South Padre. Decker and Duke, my twins, just turned 10 on Sunday, but my daughter had cheerleading. I got boy girl twins who just turned 10, and on Sunday. But Sunday, my daughter had a cheerleading camp thing, so we had to leave the next day. So I am in South Padre Island on vacation with the fam. That's where I'm at right now. But yes, there's not no Texas flag, none of the pictures from the fighters. I know. I'm on South Padre. I'm on vacation mode. But when I come back, Connor, let's do another. Let's do a nothing but nets when I come back. I got a busy schedule when I get back, but I definitely want to do a nothing but nets show with you. If you guys haven't already, please do me a massive favor. Please subscribe to my Nothing But Nets channel. I don't even care if you like basketball or hate basketball. Please just subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. Link is in the description. It's Nothing But Nets _ Texas on YouTube. So, guys, if you can, give me a sub on that channel as well. Appreciate you, Connor. Appreciate you. I'm gonna be back on. I'll be back on Monday. I'll text you. We'll pick a day and we'll get a topic going. Oscar Grouch in the building. Oscar, do you sub to my Brooklyn Nets channel? Because if you don't, please do. And that goes to everyone else in the chat. Please give me a sub on that channel. I just started. Give me a sub, y'all. All right. I'm going to wrap this up. If you guys have any last minute thoughts, comments, questions, super chats, nothing like that, thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, super chats, leave them in the chat now or forever hold your peace because I've been going for almost 40 minutes. I'm tired. I got fights to watch now too. I got to hook it up. Thoughts, comments in the super chat. Y'all are the best. Y'all really showed out for a horrible Jared Hurd versus Jason Rosario fight. It is August 21st. I am not sub. I know absolutely nothing about basketball, Garrett. I seen some NBA player fighting one time and I got turned off, but I'll give you a sub. I appreciate that, Oscar. There's the link one more time. Give it a sub. Oscar's a good dude. I don't know where Roger's going, but Roger's also a good dude. Should we wait for Roger? All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Yeah, it's been a good night. It's been fun. It's been good. It's been grand. Y'all the best. Y'all some hardcores. I'm gonna wrap this up. Last minute questions, comments, thoughts, super chats. Leave it in the comments now or forever hold your peace. It's August 21st, 2024. From Texas to the world, thank you and God bless.